So like I said, I got to come in here and get the little shavings, get these holes cleaned up and get some paint removed from there so I can come in here and weld it. The tool that I'm going to use is my little electric die grinder. You got a little acorn shaped rasp on the end of it, and it's perfect. It's just perfect size. Come in here. It's a real tight area. It's too large to get a grinder in there. So just come in here, clean these up, and then we'll be ready to weld. Alright, I got the holes cleaned up, and now we're ready for welding. So I'll go get the welder and we'll get everything set up. Alright, I'm about ready to start welding these little tabs to the dash, and it's getting late. I'm starting to lose some light. I got one of my shop lights over here set up. Anyway, so I've got this first clamp, or I'm sorry, this first little tab clamped into place. I'm probably going to have to use a series of clamps. This one works just fine right here, and it'll probably work on this second one. Over in here, I'll have to use something else, probably just some little vice grips or something, since we got this speaker hole here I can get right there. On the other side, I haven't tried yet, but I got a series of clamps. I got this real long C clamp, and then these long kind of vice grip clamps. So we'll just see how that goes. But I'm ready to get everything welded up. I've got one little spot here, ground smooth, to put my ground clamp. I even got another one right down here. And I have that, and I also have, of course, my fire extinguisher, which is still good. And then this is just a little squirt bottle, and I use it for wet sanding. That's why it's got all this paint crud on it. But it's just a squirt bottle, and that's filled up. This is basically my first line of defense. And what my problem is, I don't know if it's going to show up. I don't know if I got enough light. Or maybe over here I do. Yeah, you can see it right there. I still have some firewall insulating material back here behind, or up against the dash. A lot of it's been removed over here behind the heater box, but I still got a lot here, and that stuff is actually very, very flammable. I've removed about as much as I can. So anyway, that stuff's flammable. Ask me how I know. And so like I said, I got my fire extinguisher, I got my little squirt bottle. This is what I'm going to be using, basically just to hose that stuff down, and hopefully it doesn't catch on fire. Usually just smolders, but if you let it go, it will turn into a fire. So again, ask me how I know. And so anyway, about ready to start welding, and I'll set up the camera and we'll get some shots. Alright, so I got the welder fired up, and I got my ground clamp attached, and I'm about ready to start welding. Now it's kind of chilly out here. It's probably in the low 40s. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here with my little map gas torch, and I'm just going to do real quick, just kind of heat up the bottom of this this little tab here, just so I know that I've got good penetration when I put the weld in. I want to do this once, so I'm going to warm this up a little bit. Not going to make it red hot, not by a long shot, at least not with the torch, but just to warm it up so that I know when I weld it in here from the top that I'm going to get good penetration. So I'm going to put the torch on there and then weld it in.